this trial. I want to instruct you to disregard the last comments that you heard. I also want to just remind you, as I've stated from the outset of this trial, that I'm the sole judge of the law in this case, and while you, the jury, sit as the sole judge of the facts, and part of my role is to make determinations about what evidence can and cannot be admitted and presented to you, the jury, and that gatekeeping role rests solely with me, the judge on the law. And I want to instruct you that you're not to consider any testimony that I have instructed to you to disregard, and furthermore, you should not even mention or discuss any testimony that I have instructed you to disregard. And I instruct you not to discuss any topics that have been ruled improper when you deliberate. Thank you. Mr. Moore?
May it please the court. All right. Zach, just got a few more questions. So, after you left Canebrake, isn't it true that you rode your bike back to your truck, which was parked within the vicinity? Isn't that true?
Yes.
And then you drove your truck back to the mountain house. Isn't that true?
That's true.
After you got to the mountain house, isn't it true that you disposed of the gun and the knife in a nearby lake? Isn't that true?
Yes, that is true.
And isn't it true that the clothes you were wearing, that you burned those clothes in a fire pit at the mountain house? Isn't that true?
Yes.
I want to talk about towards the end of October, beginning of November. Isn't it true that at the very beginning of November 2021, you had obtained a plane ticket to fly overseas? Isn't that true?
Yes, that's true.
And you were going to go overseas departing from Detroit. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And while you were in Detroit, isn't it true that you received a phone call making you aware that there were warrants pending for your arrest?
That is true.
And after you were notified of the pending warrants, isn't it true that you rented a car, drove back in the middle of the night to Greenville, and ultimately turned yourself in? Isn't that true?
Yes, that is true.
One second. I don't have anything else.
Okay. At this moment, well, can I see counsel? ladies and gentlemen, we are going to break for the day, and I'm going to ask that y'all return at 10:30 tomorrow morning. I'm hoping that we're not going to have bad weather, but just potentially that will give a little extra time, and also for me to take up a few things that I need to do with the attorneys. I want to, again, thank you on behalf of the state of South Carolina and Greenville County for your service. I am so grateful for your attentiveness and abiding by all my admonitions to you. And again, I just remind you, do not watch anything on this. Do not discuss this. Do not begin deliberating until I tell you. Okay? I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you.